everybody, it's Elisa here, and as you can see today I have a little bit different background, and this is because right now I'm visiting my father in another city, and this is actually the city where I grew up as a child, teenager. So yeah, and I can show you his garden. I have a view, and yes, we have a little bit snow here. And by the way, you can also see my tripod. So this is the tripod today I'm using. So today I want to talk about relapsing, and firstly I want to say that relapses can happen to most everybody in recovery. It can be normal, you are just a human being. I had relapses in my recovery, but most important thing is that you start learning from each of your relapses, because otherwise you would just continue doing them like over again, like continuing making the same mistakes. And learn to kind of ask yourself, what were some warning signs, what can I do differently next time? Yeah, and this is why I'm making this video, because I want to tell you some warning signs that you are relapsing, so you can start to avoid those and start to become aware when they're happening, so you can stop doing all those things. The first thing I want to say is that any kind of restriction can be a sign of another relapsing coming. The eating disorder can be so sneaky. The eating disorder might mask, for example, the very common thing, I need to be an intuitive eater now, because in reality, like, the recovery hunger is freaking you out, like the extreme hunger and even the overeating that can be so normal in recovery is freaking you out. And it's freaking out the eating disorder. So the eating disorder will start to have all of those excuses why for you this type of hunger or eating is not normal, and how you should be intuitive eater, meaning that you can only eat when hungry and you need to stop eating when you're full. But actually in recovery, this type of thinking, it doesn't work, because in recovery the hunger feels very abnormal, but actually it is normal. For example, in my recovery, most of the times I felt over full. And this is what it took me to feel this like complete fullness and mental satisfaction. And also, I'm just seeing a cat. There he is. What are you doing? But also, like, the mental hunger is so normal in recovery. Like, as I said, the extreme hunger is normal. Even most of the times feeling like you're eating until over full, it can be so normal in recovery. Like, if you come from a restrictive past, from years and years and years of restriction, you can't expect to be in recovery and expecting the, like, where is my normal hunger? Why I'm still overeating? Why I have this extreme hunger? So just be very aware in recovery whenever you have the ideas that your eating is not normal, you know, the extreme hunger or overeating, and you start to kind of apply the intuitive eating in a restrictive way. And another type of like relapse sign can be that you start to exercise again, like way before you are ready to do so. And this is again like the eating disorder is making you feel that, like, I am eating so much. This is what I experienced in my recovery before. For example, I stopped purging when I started my recovery, but I started exercising in my recovery, and I didn't know that this is also a form of purging. And my eating disorder was telling me that, like, look, like, now you're eating all this food and you're eating so much, and you don't restrict anything, so now, like, we have to exercise to kind of like burn off this food or the calories. And many people don't even like kind of realize or think about the like burning off the calories, but the eating disorder can mask it as, like, this is my me time, this is to reduce my anxiety, this is for my, I don't know, like for my health or for whatever. But actually, like, in reality, there are so many ways to reduce your anxiety and have your me time rather than exercising. But in the eating disorder recovery, like, this is where the eating disorder sees all the solutions. Oh, just restrict, or just go and exercise. It will make everything better. Like, the eating disorder sees restriction as, and the calorie compensation or the exercise as, like, the only solution to all your problems. But in recovery, actually, you have to start telling yourself that restriction is not an option. Compensating my calories is not an option. And if you tell yourself like restriction is not an option, then your mind will start opening up to new ideas. Okay, I feel anxious today, but I know restriction or exercising is not an option because it can be so eating disordered. My eating disorder will use it as a way to restrict. But what other options I have? Maybe I can journal, maybe I can call a friend, maybe I can just go and sleep, maybe I just need to talk with somebody. So actually, yeah, like your mindset opens up to new ideas, like how to reduce this anxiety, how to deal with your emotions, like other issues that come up. Like the restriction and the exercising is not the answer to anything. So the next sign is that you will start collecting like the THINSPIRATION pictures on your Instagram account or your Pinterest account. And this is just a general example, but I hope you understand what I mean. Like in any way you start to engage in any kind of like the weight loss inspiration, like weight loss community, or just like even when you start to become more obsessed about like, yeah, like now I'm recovering from an eating disorder, but now I just want to get like fit and toned. You know, like I want to be like strong, you know, like go in the gym and start pumping your muscles and stuff. Like this can also be like a form of another obsession about your body and the eating disorder to still like compensate and restrict. In any way you start to engage with the weight loss community, if you start to look for pictures like THINSPIRATION pictures on YouTube, maybe you start seeking the before and after weight loss pictures. Yeah, it all can be a sign that you are slowly engaging in another relapse. And the third warning sign is that you have the focus of weight loss. And a very common thing what I see in people I help is that like yes, they're recovering, they are giving themselves the unconditional permission to eat, but they're still like somewhere inside of them, like the eating disorder still hopes that maybe after recovery, maybe when my metabolism is starting to work again, my hormones, like maybe I will lose the weight then. Like this is another diet. You can't be focusing on the weight loss because this is the very eating disordered focus. Yeah, and also many people see that the bloating, water retention, this is like very abnormal to them, and they start to be very anxious, like how can I lose this weight? Like they focus on their body, they focus on the like how their body is changing and everything. They freak out about it. They wonder like maybe I just need to eat more healthy, or maybe I need to do another like exercise, maybe I just need to like eat when hungry, stop when full. Like can you see how this is like already becoming like another diet, another disordered way of thinking, rather than focusing on like the eating disorder recovery, like getting your life back, like getting your like sanity back, getting back your like true self, getting back your normal eating, getting back the freedom with to eat whatever you want, like getting out of the eating disorder hell. Like rather than focusing on that, they only focus on the weight. I need to fix my weight. I will recover, but what about my weight? I totally understand why the weight can be very hard thing to face in recovery. The weight gain, the water weight, the bloating and everything. I was freaked out about that as well, but my recovery really started to speed up when I let go of the focus of my weight, and rather I started to focus on just getting fully recovered from my eating disorder. And my weight, whatever happens to my weight, I'm willing to like let that focus go. So this is what you need to do as well. Let go of the focus on your weight. Let your body figure it out. And instead focus on getting rid of the eating disorder and getting your life back and getting your true self back. And another sneaky sign that you are heading towards a relapse is that when you suddenly you feel like you are ready to start eating healthy again. And again, the healthy eating can be because underlying you are still trying to control your weight, maybe to lose the weight. Everything is masked with the underlying reason of weight control or weight loss. So the healthy eating, especially like in recovery, again, it can be like an eating disorder sneaky way to make you restrict. And this is something I went through. I went through periods when I was fully allowing myself to eat whatever I want, and then I went through a periods when I was kind of like slowly relapsing, trying to eat more healthy, trying to do more like smoothies and salads and eat more vegetables, even though my true cravings weren't aligned with that. My true cravings wanted something else. So you have to kind of like realize that the unconditional permission to eat whatever you want, whenever you want, however much you want. This kind of mindset you need to have for the rest of your life. This mindset is not only like after recovery, I'm gonna focus on the healthy eating again. Like right now, I have the unconditional permission to eat, but after recovery, like I need to be healthy. No, this is very disordered thinking. And just from my own experience, I can say that if you have the mindset of like eat whatever you want, whenever you want, however much you want, then actually you end up eating like very normally. And you end up eating the healthy foods, the like unhealthy foods, like everything in balance. And there is literally like no reason for me to start focusing on like eating more healthy, because eating this way, I have never ate more healthier for my physical and mental well-being. Like I need to have the unconditional permission to eat actually to be like physically and mentally healthy. So I really hope you understand what I mean. Like you can't start focusing on the like eating healthy or putting labels on your food or eating or anything, because if you have the label of like I need to eat healthy, you automatically are engaging in the good and bad foods mindset, like good way to eat and bad way to eat. So I hope you understand like why you can't have this mindset of like healthy eating or like I need to eat healthy. And the next sign is kind of obvious, but still like whenever, for example, like in your eating disorder, I'm sure you already know any of your former eating disorder triggers, your eating disorder behaviors, maybe like weighing yourself, measuring yourself, maybe trying on your former clothes that are very tight for you, maybe talking about dieting, maybe just engaging in like in any eating disorder community. Maybe you are like talking more with your friends who have eating disorders and they are not in recovery. So in any way you are engaging in your former eating disorder behaviors, like this can be a warning sign that you are heading towards another relapse. So you know all of your eating disorder former behaviors better than everybody, so you can maybe list them all out and just make sure you don't follow them or you don't engage in them anymore. And the last thing is trying to be perfect in your eating disorder recovery. Yeah, because the perfectionist mindset is very kind of like the diet mindset, and recovery is not another diet. And when I started this video, I said that like relapses can happen to everybody, like we are just the human beings, but what you can do is like learn from them, like keep on going, think about like what can you improve, how can you what can you do next time. But at the same time, it's not possible to be perfect, even recovery wise, and this is totally like fine and normal as well, but you can learn and you can keep going. So yeah, and the perfectionist mindset is the diet mindset, kind of like, for example, let's say today you missed your snack and it was an eating disorder behavior. You know that you missed your snack because the eating disorder scared you and you just you didn't eat your snack. So the eating disorder way would be to have the perfectionist mindset and say that, Oh well, today I already screwed up my recovery, so I might as well restrict for the rest of the day and I will start from tomorrow. And this kind of thinking is very like diet kind of thinking. But what you need to do instead is that maybe if you realize that, oh my god, I missed this one snack, this is like eating disorder behavior, and you feel like giving up, don't give up. You need to keep on going exactly where you are right now, and don't start from tomorrow, because the eating disorder always wants you to like just restrict for the rest of the day and start from tomorrow. So, and don't have the perfectionist mindset. You have to talk with yourself with the compassion and like always supporting yourself, being your own coach, and the coach will tell you just keep on going and learn something from this, so you can make sure this doesn't happen tomorrow again. But today, like, just keep on going and it's fine, and learn something. So yeah, these are the tips I wanted to share with you today. I'm just seeing that my battery is dying out, so I'm gonna wrap it up very quickly. Yeah, like, you can let me know what you think. Please comment, please like this video, also subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, and see you very soon in my next video. Bye!